Hello guys, this is Tenuka. Welcome to Learning Ladder of C language. In this tutorial, I'm gonna discuss about a structure concepts in C language. Before we are moving to the structure concepts in C, first we have to know what is a minimal structure and what is the advantage of the structures. In previous tutorials, I explained about an array, how to store an array in the memory, what is the need of an array. To store a similar data type in a sequential memory order, then we have to use an array data types. Let's take a small example like customer. We are gonna get a customer contact number, name, and account number like this. Then we have, if suppose we have to use an array only to take details from a customer in the sense, then we have to create an array for the name to store name as a character. Then to take an contact number, then we have to use an integer data type. And suppose we have to take an amount details, then we have to use a float data type. So for a single customer, for base we have to use a different data types. If suppose we have thousands of customers, then it's very difficult to handle with an array. For this reason, the structures are came into the pictures. By using structure, we can store different data types with a unique name. With a single reference variable, then we can store a different data types. So by this, suppose a customer, we are getting a details from a customer in the sense we can store the customer details in a unique name like with the customer ID like this. So by calling this customer ID, we can get the details of an customer with this ID itself. So the confusion will be reduced by using structures. So for this reason, mainly the structures are introduced in C programming language. Now let's see the syntax of a structure. Here, to declare a structure, we have to use a keyword of struct followed by a structure name. Then the implementation of these flower bases. Inside these flower bases, we can use an implementation. The data that we have to store in this particular structure. This structure is called with a reference variable that we are gonna declare before, after a flower basis and before a semicolon. Each and every structure should be ended with a semicolon. Here it's my reference variable. By using this reference variable, we can call this all the data that's stored in a particular structure. The data that's stored in the structure is called with the name. By using this reference, we can get all the data that's stored in a particular structure. Let's move into the implementation part, how we can use the structures in C programming language. Yeah, let's move on to the programming part of the structures. Let's take struct keyword. I take the structure name as a name itself. Then flower braces. Inside this flower braces, I'm gonna take an integer variable to store the value of 10, and then character variable to store the value. Let's call this variable as b to store the value of e. So it should be each and every structure should be ended with a semicolon. Before the semicolon, we have to declare a reference variable. Let's take a reference variable I for this particular structure. So let's print the data that's stored in the structure. To print a data in the structure, we have to use a dot operator here. So with the reference variable, to get a data of a structure, we have to use a reference variable I dot a particular data that's stored in a structure like this. Here what in this mean, I refer to a reference variable of a structure dot a. So while C compiler reads this command I dot a, automatically C compiler moves to a reference variable of I. Inside this reference variable, either any data that referred with an a variable, then automatically the C compiler will get the value that's stored in an a variable. I'm gonna print in the output screen. Yeah, let's compile this program. We are not getting any error. We are getting 10 in the output screen. If suppose I want to get an character too, then let's use a tab for the differentiation purpose. Let's see. So similarly, I dot b. That's it. Let's compile this program. We are getting 10 and e in the output screen. Like this, we can store different data types in a structure called with a single reference variable. So declaration of a reference variable can be done in the two ways. Like directly we can declare a reference variable after completion of flower basis and before the semicolon itself. Otherwise, we can declare a reference variable in second line in other line by using this command like sorry struct and structure name and this space and the reference variable. So like this also we can declare a reference variable. Let's compile this program. You are getting an output. Suppose I have to declare this reference variable not in the structure itself. I have to declare a reference variable wherever I require in the programming part. Then we can use this command structure followed by structure name and then the reference variable. Yeah, these structures can be written inside the main function and outside the main function also. Let's copy and paste this entire code before and main function. Yeah, return it. Okay, let's delete this part. Yeah, let's compile this program. Yeah, we are getting an output screen. So structures can be written before a main function or inside the main function is our requirement. If suppose we are declaring outside the main function, in the sense after completion of header files, then this entire structure can be accessed throughout the application. Suppose we are declaring the structure inside the main function, in the sense then these structures can be used within this main function. So for this reason we can use this command. I'm declaring this function, the structure outside the main function, but I'm initializing the reference variable inside the main function. So by using the structure name followed by the reference variable, we can declare a reference variable for the particular structure wherever we require in the programming part. Thank you for watching. This is the basic about how the structures can be declared in a C programming language. What is the advantage of a structure in C programming language? What are the methods that exist to write a reference variable? Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to get alert for the next tutorial video.